What the hell is this? Could it be the Hana Modz clone without the trademark logos? Well, that's what I thought before I received this device. And yes, I did receive this thing for free to review from a company called Ill Vapes. Yep, that's right, the company that's getting sued. So about a week ago, I received this clone from Ill Vapes. Once I posted a picture of this mod on my Instagram page, that's when I started to see people commenting. They were commenting that Hana Modz was filing a lawsuit against Ill Vapes for selling clones of their devices with the Hana Modz trademarked logo on them. That's when I went back to illvapes.com, and lo and behold, they had taken these clones off of their site. I tried calling their shop after that, but just got a busy signal. Finally, I got a hold of the store owner to confirm what was going on, and that's when he said that Hana Modz had filed a lawsuit against them. Oh shit! Told you it was gonna happen, guys. Just a matter of when, who, and if that who had the money to sue. Now, even though there are some things that I totally disagree with on an ethical level about this clone, I'm still gonna show you guys the pros, the cons, and compare it to the real deal. First thing I wanna knock out of the way, when I first received this and I talked to Ill Vapes, they told me there was no stolen trademark logo on this device. Total lie. When you press the fire button, the first thing you see is Hana Modz. My thoughts on this, and this is the last time I'm gonna say it. You don't need someone else's logo or name on here, or any other clone for that matter, to successfully sell a product. I promise you. Why don't you just call it the Chana instead of Hana? Hana is already taken. It's someone else's logo. They worked hard for that. They built that name up. For you, Cloudpour, or whoever else who's hijacking their products to coattail off that name is wrong, it's unethical, it's bullshit. Okay, I keep saying it. I've said it in the past. I'm gonna say it now. That's just the way I feel. Point is, I don't care if this product looks exactly like the real deal. As long as it doesn't have someone else's logo or name on them, I'm cool with it. I mean, everything nowadays is a clone of a freaking clone. Let's go ahead and get into the pros. This device fires up to 30 watts, and it's a regulated 30 watts. I've got the Castle RDA on here. I got a 0.5 ohm build. Oh yeah, and it goes all the way down to 0.3 ohms, just like the authentic DNA. This chip in here, whatever chip it is, I know it's not the DNA, I'll get into that in a minute, but whatever chip is in here, you can vape all the way down to 0.3 ohms. But with this 0.5 ohm build, I can get a quality 2-hour vape out of this thing. Fully charged battery. It's got those nice clicky buttons just like the real thing. Oh yeah. Got a USB port on the front for charging, and it also comes with a USB cord as well. There's the 510 threading, 510 connection. It's got that well just like in the authentic. I mean, everything about this box is exactly the same, but back to the 510 threading. Every device that I own, every tank system, every Addy system, RDA, RBA, doesn't matter. Screws onto this device and is compatible. Threads buttery smooth. Here's the back panel of this device. You got a screw at the bottom and a screw at the top that holds this thing down. Unscrew those, and then the back panel comes off, and you got all your circuitry inside there. It holds an 18650. Recommended VTC4s or VTC5s. VTC4s or VTC5s if you're vaping above 20 watts, and then anything below 20 watts, you can use your IMR batteries, just like in the authentic Hana Modz. Take the screws out, bottom and top, back cover comes off like that, and there is all your circuitry. There's your 18650, and I'll tell you what, she's looking pretty neat. Pretty neat. Not quite as neat as the real Hana, but she's looking good. And as you can see, the circuitry cover is clear. You can see through it. You can see those wires. On the real thing, the circuitry cover is black. Definitely a legit 30 watts, that's for sure. Just like the Hana, the screen shows your wattage, your voltage, your resistance, and your battery life. The chip in this clone has the exact same safety features as the DNA 30 chip. And by the way, I'm pretty sure, almost 100% sure, that the chip in here is not the DNA 30 chip. But I'll tell you what, whatever chip this is, China did a hell of a job. I mean, it is pretty darn close. Whatever's in here is almost as good as the DNA 30 chip. Like I said, about 90% there. But there's a few things that I'm going to go over, some cons, that just doesn't make it as good as the DNA 30. But back to safety features, exact same safety features. Little close-up quickie for you. 5 clicks to lock the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It locks it. 5 clicks to unlock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once you've locked it, you want to press the fire button, this button right here, and the wattage down button, this button right here, at the same time to switch to stealth screen mode or normal screen mode. Hold those down. Wait for it to go to stealth mode. Let go. Unlock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fire her up. And she's in stealth mode. Get back to normal mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Locks it. Hold those buttons down again. Fire button. Waters down button. At the same time. From stealth mode to normal mode. Let go. To adjust the screen to lefty or righty mode, press the fire button and the wattage up button at the same time while the device is locked. Hold those suckers down. Wait for it to go from right mode to left mode. Boom. Now we're in left mode. See how the screen switched around. Hold those down again to take it back to right mode. From left mode to right mode. To lock the wattage, hold down the wattage up button and the wattage down button at the same time, and then do the same thing to unlock the adjustable wattage. Boom. It's locked. We unlock it and I'll show you. Yep, see, it's not going anywhere. Lock her back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold these two buttons down again. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're able to adjust, baby. Just like we mentioned before, the clone has the same safety features as the authentic as well. First safety feature, check atomizer. So 1, it's either saying the device is not detecting an atomizer, like in this case. 2, it's saying your atomizer is shorted out. Or 3, it's saying the atomizer resistance is incorrect for the power setting. Also, another safety feature, the screen will say check battery if you drain the battery too low. As you can see, there's the battery gauge to the far left, and it's not even close to draining the battery. But if that were to ever go all the way down to the bottom, it would show on the screen and say check battery. You may also get something that says weak battery, which means the battery you are using is not compatible with this device. Okay, I highly recommend you use VTC4s or VTC5s if you're vaping above 20 watts. Vaping anything below, you can use IMRs, but I just recommend using the VTC4s, the VTC5s all the time actually. That's all I use for this device. So if you have another brand battery in here that it just doesn't support, it will let you know, and it will say weak battery. Another message I get a lot is too hot. This thing says too hot all the time, okay? The chip in this device has an onboard temperature sensing, which means when the device gets overheated, it will shut down and let you know. And I'll tell you what, this thing has done it more often than not, way more than the authentic DNA 30 device. Not a big fan of that. But it is a safety feature, and I gotta mention that. It also has something that says too low of a power setting, and the way it tells you that is when your resistance starts to flash. And it starts to flash because the wattage is set too low for it. Okay, so for example, right now I've got a 0.6 ohm build in this castle, and when I fire it, the resistance flashes, as you guys can see. That's because this chip is designed to put out a minimum of 4 volts, and anything lower than that and the resistance will flash. It will still fire, but it will still flash. This mod will go into auto shutdown mode where the screen will go black just like it is right now. Okay, all you gotta do is press the fire button once, wait for the screen to light up, and you are then able to fire it up. Press it once, let the screen light up, you're able to fire her up. It's not like your regular authentic DNA 30 devices where when it goes in auto shutdown mode, you could press the fire button, it's going to fire every time. No, you got to press this once, wait for the screen to light up, then you could fire it. Just like the regular authentic Hana Modz, this is made of billet aluminum. Here's the USB, the screen, 510 connection. Fire button, wattage up, wattage down, back panel, just showed you that already with the circuitry in there. So yeah, that is the clone. Let's go ahead and take her back to the original screen. Another pro, just like the real thing, you've got a vent hole at the bottom of this clone. Now the cons. 1, every atomizer, tank, rebuildable, doesn't matter. Every device that I screw onto this 510 connection, even though it's compatible, it does not sit flush. It's crooked. See how this side is higher than this side? Yeah, they sit crooked. That's how every device sits on this clone. Another con, when I received this device, it has scratches all over it, all over the front, all over the back, just scratches everywhere. It's hard to see, but you see the scratches all over this device? If there's anything I hate about devices and the finish on them, it's scratches, burrs, all that crap. and this has it. I mean, there's scratches all over this thing. A lot like that Castle RDA I reviewed. Scratches all over that as well. So yeah, that kind of takes away from the beauty. Third con, battery life. Okay, with this one, with this build I have in here, a 0.5, 0.6 ohm build, I can go 2 hours at 30 watts with a quality vape. With the real deal, a Hana, with the same build in here, I could go about 2.5 hours at 30 watts. Also, with this clone, I noticed the battery gauge, when it gets about 3/4 the way down, that's when the vape quality sucks. It's almost like it's not even regulating the battery anymore. Versus the real deal, that battery gauge can go all the way down and you're going to get a consistent vape until the batteries actually die. So on average, I get about 30 to 45 minutes more vape time on the real Hana than I do with the clone with the same settings at 30 watts. Last con, and this is a biggie. Now, this also goes into auto shutdown mode. The screen goes black after about 30 seconds to a minute. But here's the kicker. With the DNA 30, the real deal Hana, or any other DNA 30 device, authentic DNA 30 device, once that screen goes to auto shutdown mode, you can hold the fire button down, fire it up, and you're good to go. Not with this one. You have to press that button, let it light up, then wait for the screen to pop up, then you fire it. Just like that. That's a pain in my freaking ass. I'll be sitting there at the computer, I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that. I'll go to take a hit, forgetting that the screen went into auto shutdown mode, and it won't even fire. It won't even fire. I'll remember I have to press that button once, let the screen light up, and then I can take a hit. I hate that. With any other DNA 30 device, authentic DNA 30 device, I don't have to deal with that. That's a deal breaker for me. I said that was the last con, but you know what? There's one more that I totally forgot about. It's a safety feature that I never even saw on the DNA 30, but I do see it on this device in this chip, and it's way too often. If I do a build on any atomizer that I've owned, Stellaire, Castle, Zenith, etc., and that build in those atomizers is below 0.8, 0.7 ohms, I can vape and get 3 hits, 4 hits max, and all of a sudden the screen will read too hot, it'll shut down for a minute, 2 minutes, I'll have to wait. It's obvious that this device overheats way too easy compared to the regular DNA 30. So if you're the type of vapor and you like to vape 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 ohm builds, you like to chain vape, this device may not be for you because it's going to read too hot a lot. So those are the pros and the cons for this clone. Do I recommend it? And the answer is no. And the reason is because Hana Modz is on this chip. You click that button, you see Hana Modz. That's baloney. Take the logos off these things. That's what I'm trying to say. All the vendors out there, the online vendors that are trying to brand themselves, these companies like Cloudport are making these things by the thousands. Place an order. Send them your logo. Put your logo on there. That way it's not stealing. It's not unethical. Everybody can just sell the same clones with different logos, right? Unless you want to innovate and make your own stuff, but it creates an even playing field. No coattailing. And I'm talking to you US vendors out there. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.